and I think you might have to say that you accept being recorded or something. Louise, I'm going to just mute you. Okay. All right. Okay, so let me get started and explain to you why I felt guided to do this. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Anna Pavlakis. I'm a healer, a shamanic healer, and I've been doing various forms of healing for almost 20 years now, starting off with shamanic feng shui, and then moving into energy healing and ascension oriented healing and so on. And but my work has become increasingly shamanic as time has gone by. So and the work I do, the name that Spirit gave me is called integrated soul healing. And part of what I do is to connect with the planet, with the earth. And was during the fires in Australia, I believe it was towards the end of 2019, beginning of 2020. There were those raging fires in Australia, and I was leading a group meditation, guided meditation, and which essentially are shamanic journeys. And I was shown, we were taken to the sea right near Australia, like next to Australia. And I was shown like it's very hard to explain sometimes because it's very abstract, but like a fissure in the earth, in the planet. And from this fissure was this, this fire was pouring forth, but it was very much a dark fire. It was very dark energy. And it was just pouring out. And the sense I had at the time was that Australia was under attack by dark energies. And it was shortly after that that the whole world went crazy about COVID and started, I don't need to tell you what happened. We've all been living through it. So it was shortly after that. And then considering what has been happening in Australia, what I was getting, the information I was getting is that Australia is being used as like ground zero, sort of essentially like a testing ground for the planet as to how far this can go, how far they can take authoritarianism, tyranny, lack of freedom, how far they can take it. And, if you look at what's happening in Australia, they don't even have a particularly high rate of COVID, which is interesting. So like at one point, a few months ago, I think one person was diagnosed with it, whatever that means. And then they locked down the whole town or something. It's like for one person. So, and as we know that the freedoms are being curtailed more and more and more and more. So I started to feel very like nudged by spirit to do something about this. And the feeling was getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And recently I heard about there's this new variant called the Mu variant. And I was like, that's another name for Lemuria. And all of a sudden, like my spidey senses went nuts, and I'm like, wait a minute. So it's like they're trying Lemuria, for if you don't know about it, there was Atlantis and Lemuria, both ascended lands, and the energies of it are very pure and very high. So it's like that's the energy in the Pacific Rim area, which is this beautiful energy. And so we have this energy of tyranny and oppression trying to stomp it down, this darkness trying to stomp it down. And so I don't think it's a coincidence that they called this new variety the Mu variety. It's not a coincidence at all. I was just like, whoa. And also the other day I had a dream, the other morning actually, I had a dream that I was looking out over, I live on the edge of fields. and that I was looking out over the fields, and there were these beautiful fireworks going off all over the place, Technicolor, beautiful. And all these people were like watching them, and everybody was happy, and it was just gorgeous, beautiful. And then all of a sudden it was like a switch turned, and everything turned gray. Everything turned, it looked like a post-apocalyptic thing. And it reminded me, I figured out later, it was like in The Matrix, if you've seen that movie, when you are shown what it really looks like, the truth of what's really going on. Okay. And it's that horrible, like gray, colorless world. That's what I was shown. And when it all kind of fit together, I was like, wait a minute, the Matrix is cracking. The Matrix is cracking. Things are shifting. Things are changing. And also my friend Sue, Pooja Sue, had a very interesting site recently with the friend she's with. She recorded a video, and there was something in the sky, and it looked like a kind of a portal or something. And her friend was like, yeah, it's like a glitch in the Matrix, or like a crack in the Matrix. So something is going on. I feel like the truth is being revealed. People are waking up. People are truly awakening. And and that's why this darkness is being pushed in Australia. It's like a last, ditch attempt to, when you're losing, you're gonna, put everything you've got out there, right? Everything you've got out there to try to win, or to try to at least not lose, right? And that's what it feels like. It feels like it's their last gasp, and that the truth is very much there, and the light is there. And I feel like we're just so surrounded by protective light forces around us that are really holding the space for this planet. So I feel a lot of hope. I think things are about to change for the better. Maybe I'm being idealistic. I don't think so, though. I feel like we're at a turning point and things are going to change. So yes, let the truth, yes, Tony, let the truth be revealed, let justice be done. Yes, it's like people need to wake up, people need to see it. And though there are so many who won't, and that's the other thing, is to really try to stay in a place of non-judgment about it. You're going to have friends and family members and neighbors who are not with the program, who just don't get it. And that's their journey. That's their journey. You can't make somebody think a certain way. You can't bang your head against the wall and because it's going to just drive you crazy. What you can do is stay in your center, stay in your truth, honor your truth, honor their truth, because the more division there is, that's the darkness, right? The darkness is separating people. That's what this whole thing has been doing, is separating people. So I hope to be bringing people together through this, and bringing our energies together in a positive way to do something for Australia and for the world. Because it's of course not just Australia, right? Yeah, it's beautiful. Let me just explain a little bit about how I work. I've already called in all of my guides. I work with all kinds of spirit guides and ancestors and energies. I've already done that and set up sacred space. So what I'll do is connect to your energy and create an energetic shield around us for protection. And then connect, as I said, myself to you, to your higher self. And then we're going to go on a journey. And the way I journey is that I narrate what I see. Okay, so I'm going to be narrating what I see. Some of you may see the same thing that I do. That's great. Some people see a version of what I see. Some people don't see anything. Not everybody sees. That's fine. You might feel things in your body. You might not. You might feel cold. You might feel hot. You might feel pressure changes. You might feel sleepy. Sometimes people get sleepy. And you might feel nothing at all. Okay. All of it is fine. All of it is fine. You're in a safe space. You'll probably be receiving some sort of healing on a personal level through this, because that's just sort of a natural byproduct of this. I have no idea what's going to happen during this. I never do. I said it's till 4:30, but I mean, that's my time. They don't do time. But they also know when there is a time limit, and they are pretty cool about respecting that. So, but because I'm in an altered state when I'm doing this, and so yeah, I'm not going to be sitting there checking the time, just so you know. If you must leave for whatever reason before we finish, I understand, absolutely. I just ask that you ask your higher self to remain connected for the duration of it, so that the energy doesn't shift, okay? Because everybody is important in this. I guess that's all. Does anybody have any questions before we get started? Any questions? Some of you have worked with me, so you know how I work, but not everybody has, so. Okay, sound good? Ready to rock and roll? Woo! Let's journey. I may at some point use my rattle. I don't know. I may at some point use the drum. I don't know. I have bells. I have a feather. I always use these certain crystals. This one I always work with, and then today I was guided to use this one, which is ocean jasper and septarian. I feel like this is really connecting to like ancestor spirits and earth spirits, so I'll be holding those. Okay, so everyone just get comfortable. And you can be lying down, you could be sitting, as long as
Puedes estar acostado, puedes estar
What?
sentada.
What?
Ah, lo siento.
Sorry. Sue's got quite a job. All right. Yeah. Okay. So getting yourself seated comfortably. Just begin by focusing on your breath. Just noticing it. You don't have to do anything. Just notice your breath. Is it shallow? Is it deep? Is it fast? Is it slow? Notice if you have any areas in your body that are uncomfortable or have tension in them. Just notice it. And now we're going to be breathing in through the nose, visualizing breathing in light coming in from 360 degrees all around you. And as you exhale through the mouth, visualizing all negativity, any tension or stress or any kind of negativity leaving your body through your breath, through your mouth, and you can visualize it as black smoke. So breathing in light to your cells, your blood and your bones. Exhaling black smoke, all negativity. Breathing in light. Exhale. And continue to do this at your own pace. A few minutes. Until the smoke begins to clear. Take a few more breaths. Inhaling light. Exhaling. And one. And then you can slowly bring your breath back to normal. Noticing what you notice. Seeing if anything feels different in your body. And bring your awareness now to your heart center. Gently place your awareness there. Continuing to breathe. Focusing on the breath. And if you like, you can visualize your breath coming in and out through your heart center. And I'm going to just ask you to remain in that space while I take a moment and create a shield around us and connect to your higher selves. So I'll be quiet for a few minutes while I do that. Just keep your awareness on your heart center and your breath. And I ask that my higher self be connected to every person on this call for the duration of this journey. I ask Archangel Michael to place a dome of protection for further protection around this group and every member of the group. I ask that a bridge be built to connect my higher self with everyone's higher self for the duration of this journey. Once again, calling in my team in spirit of the highest light. And to show us what needs to be seen for us and for the planet. Okay, so immediately I'm being shown Australia. And it's zeroing in. I think this is Sydney. And what I'm seeing is it's like a black, it's not light, it's just a black energy emanating from there. At the same time, they're showing me right in the center of Australia, Uluru, which Western people call Ayers Rock, but its true name, its Aboriginal name is Uluru. It's that giant rock right in the middle of Australia. And for those who don't know, it's the solar plexus chakra of the planet. The will center of your will, the center of power. And they're bringing us closer to Uluru. And in the side of it, there's an opening, a portal, which we're going to enter. And entering it, entering into this space. It's like it's a womb-like space. I'm hearing the womb of Mother Earth. It's a place of pure potentiality. In the center of the space is a fire. It's a small fire. The fire actually looks like it's starting to die out. And there's an old, can't tell if it's a man or a woman or both. An old Aboriginal elder squatting down by the fire, who's been trying to tend to the fire, trying to keep it alive, looking up to us pleadingly, asking for help to keep this fire from going out. Because this fire is the fire of rebirth and birth of all that's good, all that's connected, all that's light. And I'm seeing all of us standing around the edges of this space. And we look around and we see wood, like planks of wood that are along the walls. And we begin removing them. And bringing it to this elder who keeps shape-shifting between a man and a woman. It's very interesting. And we gently place the wood. And the wood is very old. It looks like it's already been scorched. like it's been through stuff. It's already experienced pain and suffering. And through this wood, this fire can burn this wood and transform that pain and suffering into fire that could be utilized for good, for creation, for rebirth, for transformation. The fire is a transmuting fire. And as we take these old scorched planks of wood, and I'm sensing that, yeah, it feels like that this is like the wood that was used to build the country of Australia when the white people arrived. We're going to take all that old energy of oppression and of violation, violating the true nature of Australia, of the land. The violation that was done to Uluru by allowing people to climb it, sacred space, sacred place on the planet. All this old energy represented by this wood is being taken off and thrown into the fire to be burned and transmuted. We watch as the fire grows higher and higher, reaching up. And we notice that at the top of this cave is an opening to the stars. And the fire leaps up, forming a cord of light, going up, up, up. Into the stars. Pleiades. The Seven Sisters. The Great Bear constellation. These energies are supporting the planet. They're there for us to work with. They're holding space. They're pouring their light and their love down this cord. Their starry love light down this cord and into this cave, down through the floor of the cave, going all the way down to the heart of Mother Earth. And as it enters into the earth, into the heart of the earth, be seen that there are beings down there that are not of the light, that have been causing great destruction and trouble. They are, I'm seeing them as demons. It's like looking into the pits of hell, actually, and seeing war, destruction, evil. And this starry light coming from the star races of the highest light is pouring into this space, filling it with starlight, liquid starlight. Which acts as if you were pouring like liquid resin or glue. And what it does is it traps all these beings and freezes them, prevents them from moving, from doing anything. Like the way you would see a bug trapped in a piece of amber or in any resin. This starlight is acting as a resin, trapping these beings, freezing them. This light spreads throughout this entire region, area, kingdom, whatever it is. And they're powerless to move. It's not killing them, it's just rendering them powerless, impotent. These beings, they all look like imps to me. That's what they look like, imps. That's the word. And this starlight begins to pull these beings out of this underground space, almost like a vacuum cleaner. So the substance, this starry substance, is extracting them from this space. And they move through the fire that's still burning in the center of this cave, in the center of Uluru. They're placed into this fire. It burns away all their negative power, all that darkness. Cleanses and purifies them. So that's what's left is like sort of gossamer beings that float upwards all the way up to source, the God source. where they will be dealt with as Source knows is best. It's not for us to decide. So the stream of now powerless gossamer forms that have lost all their dark power streams all the way up peacefully. And they're showing me now Archangel Michael and his forces of his angelic forces behind him, with him as the leader. He has a sword. And he's showing me that he and his legions are protecting us and protecting the planet more than we realize. He's got our back. He's got our backs. We don't need to be in fear. He wants us to be fearless. He wants us to know that we're all carrying this light inside of us. We're all warriors in our own ways, warriors of light. Just by doing what we do on the planet, we don't have to be doing anything special, just holding this light and this certainty within us that the light has already won. It cannot lose. It's a done deal. So no fear. Yeah, the only thing to fear is fear itself. Yeah. That we can be warriors of light in our own ways as we go about our lives on this planet, anchoring in this light wherever our geographic location is, anchoring in this light. We're all stationed where we are for a reason. We're all doing our work. Some of us may be doing it more actively as light workers, as healers. Others may just be members of the community doing their thing. You all have a mission. You're all here fulfilling it. You're all supported totally and protected. So feel this energy, this powerful energy, light, Archangel Michael and his legions of light filling you, keeping you protected, grounded, knowing that you're safe as you navigate your life. It's like you're in a way in a bubble, a safe, protected bubble, and you'll be walking around, living your life, seeing all these people living in fear. And just shine your light. It will make a difference. People who are attuned to it in any way, if their soul is attuned to it, even without realizing it, they will be affected by your light. And the light in them will grow. You may spark their divine light and allow it to grow. And this is how the world changes. This is how the fear is overcome. You have a mission. Own it, embody it, know it. You're needed. You're not helpless. Some of you may have been believing that you are helpless, that there's nothing you can do, but you're doing it. Just by holding that energy of truth, holding that light within you, radiating it out. The more you tend to your own inner flame of truth and light, your soul light, the more you nurture it and love it and allow it to grow, the more impact you make in the world. So everyone always gets homework when they work with me. Your homework is to tend to that light, to nourish it, to nurture it, to allow it, that flame, to grow as bright as it possibly can. Because it will illuminate the space around you and it will awaken others. I have no idea how powerful you are. You're so needed and so loved and so blessed. You're so supported. And they're so proud of us. They're so proud of us. They're so They want you to feel that love and feel that support pouring into you and around you. And know that it's infinite. There's no limits. Coming back to Uluru, to this fire in the center that is now blazing and filling the entire space of Uluru, bright yellow flames. And this light emanates from Uluru, spreading outwards in all directions. The navel, the belly button of the planet. Visualizing it spreading all across Australia, and particularly to the area of Sydney and along the coast south of Sydney, just to the Melbourne area, where this darkness has been centered. This blazing yellow light from Uluru, the will center of the planet. Mother Earth is speaking. And she's saying, it is my will that this darkness leave. It's like you have no business being here. It's like, get out. Get out of this land. Get out of this planet. And the light spreads and begins to peel away this matrix of fear that's been caging the planet. This light is melting it. Pull this away. Oof. Still being attached to something. At the top of the planet. It's like the North Pole. The South and the North Pole. There are 2 points that are pinning in this matrix. So we're going to pull these pins out. Wants to stay around Europe. It's wanting to stay around the Western world. Let's allow this light to spread all the way to Europe, to the UK, which was another testing ground for this energy. Spain was a testing ground as well. France. Starts to float away. Starts to lose its hold. Starts to dissolve. Still seeing like 2 pins there. Like wooden, I don't know. Let's take these wooden pins and throw them into the fire in Uluru. Letting it transform. Transmute that energy. These pins, oh wow. What they're showing me is these are like the stakes that were driven through the hands of Jesus on the cross. It's like these pins of fear and trauma. Throwing it into the fire to let that energy be transmuted. Bullying, that bully energy, that dark Draco's reptilian, bully, Nazi, that crap. That's what's holding all this in.
Yes. Yes.
And now they're showing me Mother Earth from space, filled with light. In its ascended form. They ask that you spend some time every day visualizing the planet in this form, filled with light. It's an ascended planet, the highest light. Clear of fear and darkness. With oceans and seas filled with beautiful fish, whales, dolphins, and mermaids. The lands filled with animals and birds, the sky filled with birds. And people, beautiful human beings, free of slavery. Harmoniously existing in harmony with the planet, with nature, with each other. Planet peace, harmony, and unconditional love. Planet where freedom and love are the guiding principles. Generosity, kindness, no lack consciousness. So they want us to end here, which I think is a good place to end. We give thanks to all of these beautiful beings of light, God, Source, all that is, for your eternal love and support and guidance. I ask that my higher self be disconnected from the higher self of everyone on this call, including anyone in the future who may be listening to it. Archangel Michael, please lovingly the cords between you and everyone. Bringing yourself back fully into your physical body. All your energies back into your physical body. Feeling connected. Feeling your body in the chair, or in the bed, or wherever you are, floor. Feeling your connection to the earth. Rooted and grounded. Back into your physical body. Back to the earth. A few breaths. Feeling yourself in your body. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes, come back to this 3D world reality. And if
Very beautiful, Anna.
did you enjoy that? Oh, if anybody would like to share anything, you're more than welcome to.
I'd like to say, yeah, thank you very much, Anna. I felt as if I was taken somewhere on a journey, but I had companions working together in unity, trying to get rid of this negativity, this disaster that's going on within our global world, but working together and trusting each other. So yeah, thank you for that. That was beautiful. Thank you.
Oh. Anybody else want to say anything? You don't have to.
I echo those thoughts. It was just that was a wonderful journey that you took us on, and just so grateful, and thank you so much for leading that meditation. It was interesting because you said that we would feel things, and when you talked about the darkness, I felt really cold, like really cold. All I saw, I saw the darkness and felt cold. But when you talked about the light at the end, just everything, like everything around me was light, and it just gave me so much hope. I going forward for the world, and this is the answer, coming together.
Absolutely. Thank
in
you.
love.
Thank you for sharing that. It's true.
And I love the reminder that we each have a purpose here, we each have a mission, and
Yep,
this
got
is
work
it.
to do.
Exactly. And I love that you said that no judgment, because there are people, I have so many friends and family that really can't see what's going on, and they're going to need us in the days to come. Yeah.
We need to hold them in compassion. Yeah. Anyone else feel like sharing? Sherry?
Sorry. Didn't want to talk over anyone.
No.
So did you want? Okay. Yeah, I felt it took me a long time to get comfortable. I kept moving, and then I kind of finally sat up, and I felt a lot of energy kind of come down. And it was around the time that you were talking about the light workers or the light being. And then I had this kind of feeling or realization that all of the death, like all of the people who might have passed over sort of prematurely, or what we perceive as prematurely. And I've been thinking about my uncle a lot during this, that they've kind of gone over to the other side to fight the fight from that side.
I was feeling that
kinda,
yesterday when you talked about your uncle. I felt that.
yeah,
Yeah.
all these people who sort of die unexpectedly, or maybe as a result of COVID, like in the last year or two, I actually felt like, like they've gone over to fight from that side because they're going to be more useful on that side, and also like assisting us, like the light workers that are left on this side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the main thing I took from it. I felt like I was kind of zoning in and out, and I find it quite hard to follow guided meditations. I kind of go off, and then like it's more of a feeling. I don't get the visualization, like I get the feeling quite a lot, and yeah, like, and again, like that feeling of positivity and hope, and how like just meditating every day, sending healing, and love out to the world, how good that is for us as individuals, but also as a collective. Yeah, that was great. Like, I'm so glad I was able to join.
Yes, I am too.
Felt so good, so grounding, and so nice to connect. And Australia is somewhere that I lived for 2 years, and it was just the most magical place. Like when I was there, like I was so in the flow, and I just felt like it was like things just happened, and it was, yeah, I love it. It's kind of, it's almost like my spiritual home. So I felt very drawn to join today. So,
wonderful.
thank you so much for organizing this.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so
Yeah.
happy. Yeah, I've never been to Australia, and I've always wanted to go, not right now. But I was told by an Australian healer friend of mine that she saw me as having past lives as an Aboriginal healer, both in Australia and New Zealand. Like I have always felt also very drawn to the Maoris as well. That whole region, I'm very, but I've never been there except this way.
I've actually been to Uluru, and that was a very strange place. Like I felt a lot of sadness when I was there. It's a real conflict between the dark and the light, and what's happened there in the history.
Yeah.
And when I was being explained about how when it was first sort of taken over, and the white man decided to climb it, even though like for the Aboriginals this was very disrespectful, and that they don't do that, and they had actually like hammered in like a railing the whole way up, and you can still see where some of the like posts are, and it was just really upsetting to hear like all of that. And I had a real mix of emotions when I was there.
Wow.
Because there's still I think there's still a lot of healing that needs to happen there. Yeah.
A lot of trauma.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Anybody else feel like sharing anything? Okay, no pressure.
Everyone here says thank you so much, Anna. We loved it. Everyone's very grateful.
Oh, how many people are there? 5?
5.
Wow.
4 and me. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It was amazing.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so glad that you had some work translating. Oh my gosh. All right.
It was good. It was good.
Anna, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The week has been just so disquieting and heavy on my soul, and the darkness just was hanging and hovering out there. And what a clearing, what a coming together and creating so much more powerful light. So thank you so much. That was such a journey. It's cleared and it's empowering. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. I feel like I should do more of these.
Yes.
Maybe like once a month or something.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we need it. We need it.
It was very special, Anna, and I was called to assist you towards the end with clearing, and I was seeing it. I was with you. We were all together. I was seeing it. It was very, very powerful. The malevolent beings were being immobilized and dispelled, purging by fire, and it was very powerful. Thank you so much. And I will be joining again, and we'll talk soon. I have to go now, but thank you. Lovely to see everyone, and have a blessed rest of your evening. It's day for me, but
no, it's still daytime here. It's only 4 something. So yeah, we're all over the place. I'm so glad you came. I'm so glad you were able to come.
Too. We love. I've always said love wins no matter what. Love is the truth in all things, and it's about unity and seeing beyond the current circumstances.
Yes,
because the fear feeds. We cannot feed that. We are focusing on all these benevolent beings that have come here from other, and it's been a spiritual and psychological battle in multiple realms, and we're winning, and they're desperate. So we know that we're winning, and we just send love to everyone, and everyone has their own path. Exactly. And some people have chosen to take this jab, and I just send love, and that's all we can do, and we all have a part, and you are doing your part, my friend. And we were definitely Maori together, because I have a strong connection. I watched Whale Rider so many times. I own the movie.
I love that movie. Oh my God. No, if anybody has not seen Whale Rider, you've got to see it.
Yes, it's soul recognition. My soul has been many places, but in this life, I've only been to like Mexico and the United States. So yeah, so have a great day.
Thank
Namaste.
you. Bless you. Thank you. Awesome. Anybody else feel like saying anything? Again, no pressure. It's just nice to sort of hang and have some community, you know? But ooh, yeah, Blanca, you go, girl. I love that we have people in the United States, people in Spain, people in the UK, people in Canada, one person in Nepal, nobody from Australia, which is pretty funny. None of the Australians I invited showed up. That's okay. All right. So, okay, if nobody has anything you want to say or anything, I think we can end this, you know, there's no need to stay on. I'm so grateful to you for being here, for participating, for showing up, because this kind of work works best in a group. And I just felt like that power of bringing a group together. And I love that I haven't even met some of you, and we're already like together. It's beautiful. And again, if anybody wants to contact me for anything, you know, I think in the chat you saw I had my email address, apavlakis9@gmail.com. I'm also on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook, and I also have my page, Integrated Soul Healing. If anybody wants to send a donation, I would gratefully accept it. It's not necessary, but it's always nice. And yes, I think I will be doing more of these. I'm definitely being called. Blanca knows that because she's been working with me lately, and she actually received a message from me that I must get out there on the internet now and really be seen. It's time for me to like step up and stop hiding in the shadows, which is what I've been doing. So gotta be my dragon Scorpio self and and show myself. So oh, thank you. It's so nice to see these sweet messages from everybody. Okay. Yeah, make sure you're grounded. Make sure like you're in your body. You know, if you need to like pat yourself or stomp or dance or drum or whatever you need to do, you know, I do my best to try to bring everybody back into their body, because it's important. You don't want to be, because whenever I do these things, like I start in the morning, like I woke up this morning. Actually, it started yesterday. I was already like, woo. And then in the morning I was kind of like, ah. because all the energies start coming through. And then for the hour before I do this work, I'm, just, going into an altered realm. And then afterwards, I'm just like, woo! So maybe a good time to like get out into nature if you can, and step on the earth is always good. And if you can't do that for whatever reason, just stomping around on the floor is good. Putting on some like drum music or whatever can help you ground. Because sometimes, coming back into the body can be a little bit challenging. It's nice up there, but we have to be here, right? Okay, my loves. I'm going to stop recording now. And